we are going to talk about how a biweekly payment system works. I'm going to bring up an amortization schedule. I've got on the screen right now an amortization schedule. All right. So 156,000 at 4%. There we are on the screen. All right. The principal and interest payment on this is $744.77. That's just the principal and interest. We're excluding taxes and insurance. All right. We see $112,117.20 in interest paid. That is 71.87%. All right. Every time we make a payment when we start out, we're paying about $225 towards principal, and $520 goes to interest. Now, here's what's happening with a biweekly payment. With a biweekly payment, you cut your payment in two. The $744.77. So we're going to take our 744.77 and divide it by 2. That's $372.39. Okay. So that's every 2 weeks you would pay $372.39. So what they do is that you would pay half that on the first of the month and the other half on about the 15th of the month. Now, by doing that, I need to get some answers in the chat. If you cut your payment in half, when you give the mortgage company $372, half your mortgage payment on the first, is that saving you time and interest by doing that when you pay the one payment? Let me see a yes or a no in the chat. By cutting your payment in half and paying it twice, are you saving time and saving interest when you do that? Let me see. All right. Bam says, yes, you're saving interest when you do that. Andrea Pinckney says, yes, you are. You want to know the answer? The answer is no, you are not. No, you are not. It is stated in your mortgage contract. We only accept full payments. When you go on a biweekly program, then instead of making 12 monthly payments, if you divide it into 2, that would make it 24 payments a year. But when you do biweekly payments, that's actually 26 payments a year. And if you get paid biweekly, you know this to be true, that every 6 months, you get 3 paychecks. Don't you love those months when you get the 3 paychecks? You get one in the first week, you get one about halfway through, and you get one at the end in the same month. 3 paychecks in the same month because of the fact that we have 52 weeks in the year. And when you divide that up, you've got to get 26 pay periods when you're paid every other week. Now, there are some payment systems where you're paid the same 2 days every month. That is called semi-monthly. You're going to get paid the same 2 days every month, and that's a 24 pay period year. Okay, 24 pay period year. But if you're paid every other week, all right, every 2 weeks, that is 26 pay periods a year. Now, remember this, any extra money you give to the bank after your full mortgage payment is paid goes to principal. Every single time you do that, you give the bank even $1 extra after your payment is made, that goes to principal and it saves you money. Watch this. So in those months where you're making a biweekly payment and you're only making 2 payments a month, it doesn't save you a dime, not one dime. This is something we have been allowed to think. By paying twice a month, it saves us time and interest. Now, if you do that on your car payment, it does save you. If you do that on a mortgage, it does not, because mortgages only accept full payments. When you pay on the first, the bank holds your money. And then when you pay on the 15th, then they put both halves together and then they apply it to the mortgage. That's it. That's all you're going to get on 10 out of the months that you're paying a mortgage. Now, there are 2 months where you're going to make a payment on the 1st, you're going to make a payment around the 15th, and you're going to make a payment around the 30th of the month. That way you get 3 payments in 1 month. It is that 3rd payment that actually saves you money. And even that is not the way you want to do it. I need you to watch this, and we're going to go back. Now, we're putting this all together for you. I need you to see this. Now, do you see these interest payments here? 520, 519, 518, 517. What are you noticing about the interest payments every month? What are you noticing about them? 516, 516.23, 515.47. Are you seeing that they're going down and the principal payments are going up slightly? That's how the program works, so they keep the same payment. There's a little bit more money goes into principal, a little less money goes to interest each and every time. So if you are going to save interest payments, which ones would you want to save, folks? Would you want to save the ones that were the most expensive? Now, I need you to take a look at payment number 1 here in the first year. That's $520. Payment number 2 in the first year is $519. Let's look at in the first payment in year 2. The first 2 payments in year 2, $510.84, $510.06. So the difference here, listen, look, 520, 510. The longer you wait, the less interest you can save. And I want you to focus in on it. The more interest you pay, the longer you're in debt. Okay? The more interest you end up paying, the longer you stay in debt. The more interest you eliminate, the faster you get out of debt. Does that make sense? Because it's the interest that slows us down. So if I'm making just 2 payments every year that eliminate principal until I can make that extra payment where I can make 3 payments in a month, I'm paying the most expensive interest payments there are while I'm waiting every 6 months to kill a least expensive one.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.